Hello everyone, welcome to another video tutorial here in alexo3d.com. In this video tutorial I'm going to show you the setup that I did for this particular 3D scene. It is a restaurant. I got the inspiration from a restaurant that I saw in Sweden, and I thought that it was interesting to make something similar. Also, I want to make a restaurant because some of you sent some email asking me to make one, so that's why I'm doing it. So you can send your request to my email alexo3d@gmail.com, and I will try to please you making that 3D scene that you asked for. So let's get started. The first thing that I want to speak with you guys is, wait a minute, is when you are making a restaurant or any 3D scene, you need to think the lighting or the feel that you want the people when they enter to the site, if it is a real space. If not, you need to think on the feel that you want to promote with your 3D scene to the viewers. So for this particular scene, I try to make something very not a lot of light, not too bright. I want something like let me see if I have the render here. I have this view. When you see this restaurant, you see that you have plenty of light, but it is not something very bright. So that was the feeling that I saw when I was trying to make the restaurant. So that's why what I want to show you is not just lighting and setup in 3D Studio Max and V-Ray. I want you to learn what is the focus that you need to have when you are making a 3D scene. When you're making 3D scene, you have to make the concept of what you want to do. Start with the layout of the 3D scene. Look for reference and anything like that. After that you set up the layout, you need to check for furniture. I want something very minimal, not too much, not a lot of furniture, a big furniture, not just simple furniture models. So that's why if you see, I have this dining room area, and something when you are going to a restaurant that is a little bit crowded, and you have to wait, you have these spaces to wait or to just drink some wine and things like that. So that was the layout for this restaurant. So what I wanted to do is to create like a line of light. So that's why I focus my mind in creating those lamps that you see here. This wall was very dark, so that's why I added two lighting here, two light here, and one for the entrance or restroom, anything that you want. I have some space back in the back for the main entrance or a bar, but I didn't do it. Here I have the wine bottles here with some light that are present in the original restaurant, and I have those windows here that offer some natural light, complementing this light with the lamps. So set up your generic light, add the second important light in the scene, the lamp, and the third light source for the other important that give the difference in the restaurant, the wine area. So after you know what you want to do, first, concept, layout, furniture that you are going to use. Second, the mood board. Create the mood board if you want something bright, if you want something dark, if you want something in the middle. Choose the colors and you will be okay. After that, you can start modeling. I recommend to you, first, make the setup. Use your model, create the structure, and anything like that. After that, you can start creating your textures and shading. Then use the lighting that you are going to add to the scene, render setup, and post-production. Never start lighting with the complete 3D scene because you will lose some focus in the modeling or detailing the area because you want to see more faster how it will be looking for the final result, and you can make some mistakes by doing that. So I don't recommend, I don't know what happened here. So I don't recommend that, and I recommend to you to go for stages. So I want to show you the lighting that I use. I use a bitrate HDR, bitrate IS, and bitrate effect live. So let me show you the HDR. The HDR is coming from openfootage.net. I recommend to you to take a look. Pretty great website for having nice HDR. They offer for free the low res version, and the high res you can donate or make a purchase. I don't remember right now. It is a friend of mine, internet friend. I don't know why it's taking so long. So this is, let me see if I can. For the green, this is the HDR that I'm using. Well, the sun is not affecting the 3D scene. I have this area of the HDR apporting sunlight to the 3D scene. This is the light. I rotated the HDR because I don't want to see the sun coming into the scene. I changed the vertical rotation because I wanted to have the sun just a little bit up, but it does not affect the 3D scene because the sun is not coming into the scene. That was some test that I did before, so you can leave it in that way. The render multiplier is 20. I don't want to have too much light coming from the outside. Here is 1. The only setting that I change is the subdivision to 50. Nothing more. For these lamps here, I have this effort light from V-Ray. The multiplier 200, it is a little bit high because of the size of the light. And the temperature is 2800. Subdivision 35. Cast shadow double side. That's the setting for that light. That is the same for the other lamps. Here I have the main group. I have a is file. The temperature is almost the same as the other one, and the power is 2250 and 2600 for the color temperature. Shape subdivision 35. Normally that's the number that I use, of 40 or 25, between of that. That's the same setting for all of the bitrate is. And I have here the bitrate camera. Where you see? That's the lighting that I used in this 3D scene. What is adding the nice mood is the fixture that I'm using for example, the lamp that it has some crystals that multiply the light and it gives some nice and smooth shadow and lighting around the scene. And the same for the bitrate ears. I love to use it because they offer very soft shadow like real light in the real world. So that's why I prefer to use it in most of the cases. Now we have the bitrate camera. The F number, normally I was using 28, but you can change them. I prefer something to use 28 or 50 like rear camera, or 35. That was the first that I have. The F number is 1 because the scene is pretty dark, the material are dark, the floor are dark, so we need a lot of light into the scene to see something. The Y button to 5500, it is almost white. The shutter speed from 200, I decrease the number to 100, and I increase the thing speed ISO to 800. That's what this is the setup for the bitrate camera. So for the render, I have this. I normally prefer to use brute force because it has a better calculation of the light. Adaptive DNC, measure value 1 to 15. If you want, you can use for less noise in the final render 25. Because of the amount of light that the scene has, it will take pretty longer. If you want pre-render, you need to wait or to buy a lot of PC to make a render farm for your own. I'm using for primary engine brute force and secondary engine light cache 30, but you can go for 45 if you want higher resolution render with high quality, 2000 sorry, and decrease this one to 1. This will help to avoid some bright surfaces in some edges on some polygon. Let me see. I forgot the color mapping, Reinhardt 0.05, clan output, subdivision mapping as a background. So I don't want to have some jagged surfaces and pixels with other bright surfaces. And that's the settings. The other thing are the regular that comes in the bitrate. So this is everything for the lighting, camera, and render setup. Now I want to show you the setup for some of the main material here. The layer, I have a black diffuse color with a mix of 2 textures because I wanted to see some different details from different textures, so that's why I used a mixed map. The same with the same map but in grayscale for the specular, for 0.7, 0.8, 1.8 in the Fresnel IO, and the bond map 15 with the same grayscale, changing some value in Photoshop. That was for the letter. 35 in the subdivision, map depth to 10, so I can have a better calculation of the reflection. The glass here is regular glass, black, almost a light gray, and light gray for the refraction. Let me see, this is the chrome for some object that you don't see, black, white, the IO to 15, you can use a 10 to 16. Let me see what other material, the wood material, they are not something complicated. I have a map with cherry wood, the specular. I have another, I was trying to have different bump in the wood, so I use a different wood map. You can try see if you like. If not, try to use in the regular way. 0.9, 0.8, but I have a war in the BRDF options, so I can have a very glossiness surface here. For the black wood is the same, but I'm not using a war of. Instead, I'm using Blend, the normal BDRF options. But I have more stronger reflections, and that's all. The other thing is the same. You can check it. You can, if you want to study in a more deeper way, you can get this 3D scene from a 3D store and get the 3D scene. So you can study with a better way. I'm trying to see how I can include some project file for this tutorial, but I have to see how I can do it. But meanwhile, you can purchase this 3D scene and make your own test. Now I want to see and add some. If you see, I have in this one a different glass for the lamp because I wanted to something more dark for my second render. I will do a fast post-production. The first thing will be, I recommend you can use the camera roll. It's a computer work to store interior scene, wooden restaurant. Right click, open camera roll. I prefer this because I have this option, recovery and clarity. Let me increase just a little bit because I don't want to have some very wide surface bright. You can use the recovery option. It's like a tonal mapping. We can increase the fill light, increase the contrast and the clarity a little bit. We can check for the temperature, and we are done. Now here, I'm going to do is to increase the canvas and add a lens flare. Let's crop and decrease. Sorry, I have to duplicate the layer, apply the lens flare effect, and decrease the opacity to 25, 27. This will add some glow. You can merge if you want, if not you can leave it. Noise, reduce noise, so we can have less noise in the render. Then we can use the dodge tool, so because I want to have this part of the scene more dark. Okay. Control A, Control C, Control D, so we can have a copy. Or you can just duplicate, Control J. Sometimes I look for auto-tone and see what Photoshop seems that is correct. Sometimes it is not very different. I think we can add a little bit of contrast and decrease the brightness. And let's use lens correction and add some vignetting, not too much. And this render is done. So we are done with this video tutorial. I hope that you like it, and don't forget to check out the 3D store in alesso3d.com/3D store and get your files so you can get a better view of this 3D scene. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.